Some interesting news about the next two Call of Duty titles, as well as Warzone 2 coming in 2023, and how that will be impacted by old gen and next gen, as well as PC, and the whole cross-play part of that. Enjoy the video, hit the like button if you're brand new, want to find your way back, subscribe with notifications on. It says new, Activision is committed to releasing at least the next 3 Call of Duty games on PlayStation, even after the Xbox acquisition. According to people familiar with the deal, Call of Duty 2022 and 2023, as well as Warzone 2 in 2023. So there'll be 2 there. And after that, it's Hazier. And what that really means is guaranteed there will be a console launch for PlayStation as well as Xbox. And they'll both be at cost, probably $60 or whatever it is. They're going to have it for the next 2 games, and then Warzone 2 will be available. Doesn't say if that's going to be old gen or new gen, but we'll talk a little bit about some of the leaks regarding that once you get into this article. So earlier this week, Activision got bought out by Xbox for $69 billion. And it says Activision has already committed to make the next few Call of Duty games available on Sony console, according to 4 people with knowledge of the deal, speaking anonymously because they were not authorized to speak to the press, yet they did. So that's kind of a leak in its own way. That includes this year's title of Call of Duty, expected to be the new entry in the popular Modern Warfare sub-series being developed by Infinity Ward. And it's already rumored to be Modern Warfare 2, which should get a lot of people excited because I think the modern theme is going to be solid, and then they'll be able to tie some of the stuff that we've already been accustomed to and kind of copy what we've already seen with Modern Warfare, and then maybe elevate that just a little bit more. Following game, which is developed by Treyarch, so Cold War 2 or whatever the heck they're going to call that, both Activision-owned studios. The deal is also to include to plan the new iteration of Call of Duty Warzone, which we'll call Warzone 2, the lucrative free-to-play game that was released in 2020. So it's like a 3-year life cycle. Does that mean that this is going to launch in March, and then this is going to be the new engine or all those types of things, and then 4 months later, they're going to actually have the new Call of Duty, or they're going to launch it all at once? Because if they launch the new game in November like they normally do, that means that the first Warzone 2 would be on the Treyarch title, which I don't think makes as much sense. I think that Modern Warfare 2 comes out this year in November or October, maybe a little earlier, and then a couple months later, maybe in March, on the anniversary of Warzone, we'll go ahead and get a brand new version of Warzone called Warzone 2 with a new map and fully integrated weapons that kind of vault everything before. That'll still be on Warzone 1 if you want to play Warzone 1. And then Warzone 2 will be an introduction to new mechanics and those things that we're going to see in Modern Warfare 2. But we'll kind of see how that works. Phil Spencer, who was recently appointed Chief Executive Officer Gaming, said last week that he had spoken to Sony leadership about the franchise. I confirmed our intent to honor our existing agreements upon active acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. He said on Twitter, Sony is an important part of the industry and we value their relationship. Easy way of saying, these games sell way too well on console and PlayStation consoles for us to just let that money slip away, even though they're probably going to add Call of Duty to their Game Pass, and that's going to encourage so many people to jump over since essentially those games would be free. As long as you have that subscription. Traditionally, Call of Duty games have been released on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation, where they drive substantial sales. Call of Duty games have recently been heavily promoted on PlayStation Store and have been tied to massive marketing deals in recent years. Every game in the annual franchise ranks among the top-selling games on PS4 and PS5. Call of Duty games has been the best-selling titles in the US each of the last 3 years, according to the NPD Group. For at least the next 2 years, Microsoft is committing to releasing Call of Duty on PlayStation and said neither Sony nor Activision responded to requests on comment. Microsoft declined to comment, obviously because this was behind the scenes insider info. Plans are hazier for Call of Duty games further out, said the people familiar with the matter. Microsoft said it expect acquisition to close sometime in the next 6 to 18 months because it has to go through the court system. So it doesn't qualify necessarily as a monopoly because there are other game competitors out there. After which it will be able to decide whether to continue releasing future Call of Duty games on PlayStation, because it could be Xbox exclusive, so it'll be either PC or Xbox, and if you're on PlayStation, you're kind of out. I don't think that'll happen because they make so much money from it, but we'll see how that goes. Top employees at Activision have also discussed spacing out Call of Duty releases rather than putting them out every year, Bloomberg has reported. So what this means is that we're going to go ahead and get the Modern Warfare 2 title, which is expected. Then we may or may not get a delay on the Treyarch title that's going to come out. And maybe we'll have Modern Warfare 2 for 2 years. Warzone 2 will essentially be for 1.5 years, before it actually gets integrated with the Treyarch title and adds those weapons, because that is the business model going forward, that we'll have old Warzone, which includes all these versions of the game. Then the brand new one won't get integrated into this game. It's going to say, hey, you know what? Warzone 2 is dropping in March. That's when you're going to be able to use all these Modern Warfare 2 weapons in the game. So we might be on Caldera for quite a while, and maybe we get a little bit of a facelift towards the Modern Warfare 2 release, where it kind of updates the map the same way we saw with Cold War with the Verdansk 84, which really wasn't a change, but slightly changed to the game mechanic. And that brings us to Tom Henderson, which is a well-known leaker for multiple games, and almost like 95% of what they've said in the past eventually comes true. They have some kind of insider information that will lead this to being factual. It's very rare that they get something wrong. So we kind of got to go, all right, it's a leak, so it's not 100% confirmed, but this guy usually isn't wrong. It says Warzone 2 is literally that. Warzone 2, current gen and PC only. So no past weapons, no past gen. So it'll only be PS5 and the newest version of Xbox, as well as PC. So if you're on old gen, you'll still probably be able to play regular Warzone. It'll probably stop getting updated, and whatever happens. You can use all your blueprints, all your old weapons. All the weapons that we're currently using will be available on that title, but then this will be Warzone 2, which will likely only have the Modern Warfare 2 weapons. And then once Treyarch COD drops, then we'll be able to have access to that, but we'll see how that pans out. I think they're just going to copy and paste exactly what we did with Modern Warfare, where it came out in November or whatever, mid-October, and then 5 months later in March, it ended up dropping Warzone on March 10th. A completely new game for better hardware. I'm excited to find out more and how all this is going to work, because this is kind of telling me that there'll probably never be console FOV on Warzone. And then maybe once we get to Warzone 2, it will be there because it's going to be exclusively on next gen. But let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section. Appreciate all the support on the content. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.